बैगन जाता ऐसी बोलते थे, चले आता बैगन तो।
Hello, a very good morning to all our live viewers. Hello, a very good morning to all our live viewers. We are back with the live action that continues in the One Champion played season 31. Tuskers 11 taking on Codearth. Coin toss fell in favor of Tuskers. They have opted to bat first. That's a good pull shot there off the back foot. Shot MJ I must say goes in the long on region for a single. Dheeraj and Maverick are the two openers for Tuskers 11, whereas Rinku Yadav to open with the ball for the bowling team. Left arm medium pacer Rinku Yadav, 221 matches for him, 206 wickets, economy 7.50, best figures of 4 for 23. That's a full delivery driven on the beautifully by Mavericks. Slight misfield there. Fielder could have done better. He slides, but his effort goes in vain. 13 coming off the very first over. Tuskers off to a flyer after opting to bat first. 13 for none after one. V. Krishna Anand to share the new ball with Ishwar. He's a right arm pacer. Will be bowling over the wicket for the righty. 113 matches for Krishna. 135 wickets. Economy 7.05. Best figures of 5 for 14. Will be bowling at Dheeraj. He's a right hand open batter for Tuskers. 313 matches for Dheeraj. Over 12,000 runs at the average of 75. That's a low full toss and it's a freebie for the batter of caliber of Dheeraj who doesn't miss out. Launches the ball in the long on region. One bounce into the skirtings. First boundary for Dheeraj of the day. He moves to 6 of just 4 deliveries. That was a real loosener to start off for Krishnanand. Coming back to career stats of Dheeraj, averaging 75.84, mind-boggling average for Dheeraj. Strike rate touch under 150, 147.6 to be precise. His partner at the non-striker end is Maverick. He's a left-hand bat. Maverick, a very good top order batter. 158 matches for Maverick, 2,163 runs at the average of 33.28. Strike rate even better, 154 for Maverick. That's slightly short and beautifully pulled away by Dheeraj. He'll collect 4 for that. That was shot into the surface, sat up beautifully. It was a thigh high short one, and it's not going to trouble the batter at that height. Easily pulls it away over the head of short square leg and will fetch 4. 8 runs already of the over. We are just 3 balls into the over and 8 runs scored. 21 for none. Tuskers in 1.3 off to a flyer. That was a full delivery, driven on the up, driven hard by Dheeraj, but was straight in and out. Fielder there in the covers, put it down, puts it down. That was a regulation catch in the covers, I must say. It was traveling, it was quick, it was hit firmly by the batter, but still, these catches needs to be taken away. This time, much controlled shot from Dheeraj keeps it along the carpet. Good effort there. It will still be a single to close out the over. 9 coming off the second over by Krishna. Tuskers after 2. 22 for none. Rinku Yadav to continue. Punched off the front foot in the point region, and both the batters were through for a single. Field will be changed for the lefty Maverick. Both the batters very explosive. Right at the top for Tuskers. They have got a very good batting lineup. They look for big runs. These are good batting conditions. We have been just informed that Tuskers will only be batting 19 overs as they came late by 5 minutes. Very strict rules here at One Champion Cricket Ground. Tuskers will be batting 19, whereas Codearth will be batting their entire quota of 20 when they come out to chase. Full delivery, beautifully driven, protection there in the sweeper cover. Call is for 2 and both the batters completes the second run with ease. This is excellent leg work by both the batters. Call was loud and clear. So is the communication between two. Score moves to 26. 1.3 over, 17 for none for young Rinku Yadav so far. This time guided away and through for a single. Both the batters rotating the strike on regular basis. Right hand, left hand combination out in the center for Tuskers, which is causing some trouble for the fielding team as they need to switch the fielders every now and then. Attempted Yorker by Rinku Yadav, which was turned into low full toss and handsomely driven down the ground by Maverick for a single. 15 of test 12 deliveries for Dheeraj, whereas 7 of 5 for Maverick. Both the batters have got the start. Handsome looking drive. Will they look for the second run? This time the ball going very quickly to the sweeper cover fielder. So they have to settle for a single. 7 runs coming off that over by Rinku Yadav after 3. Tuskers 29 for none. V. Krishna taken out of the attack by the captain after being expensive in his first over. Now Rohit Singh with his right arm medium pace starts off with a wide, way outside off stump. Score moves to 30. Right arm medium pacer Rohit Singh operating over the wicket for the right hander. 264 matches for him, 154 wickets, economy 7.94, best figures of 5 for 29 for Rohit Singh. This is much better delivery. It's a quick single, but the batters complement each other very well as far as running between the wicket is concerned. Well. Match official signals no ball. That will be a free hit. Seems like bowler might have overstepped there. 32 for none for Tuskers. Free hit will be faced by Maverick. Maverick will love to open up and get a boundary for himself. At this delivery, it's a free hit. Field changes. Mid wicket and long on are the two fielders outside the circle. It was full outside off stump that took an outside edge. Maverick just trying to run that ball in the third man region, gets an outside edge, safely paused by wicketkeeper, but no harm done as it was a free hit. Beautifully executed Yorker there from Rohit Singh at the free hit. This time Maverick advances and gets to the pitch of the ball and beautifully drives it all along the carpet away from the sweeper cover for a boundary. So easy on the eyes. Maverick likes to play cover drive, likes to get on the front foot. He does that. Rohit looking for the swing, pitching it up, paying the penalty, ends up bowling and half volley. This is much better length. Slightly drags his length back. Non-striker Dheeraj sends back. Maverick was very interested to take that single. That ball went quickly to mid on fielder. It's a dot ball. 7 runs of the first half of the over. Maverick advancing there, gets an inside edge. Ball moves into the back foot square leg region for a single. Score moves to 37. That was good from Rohit Singh. Following up, Maverick not allowing him to free his arm, cramping him for room on that occasion. Tuskers will be only batting 19 overs as they are penalized by the match officials just because they came late by 5 or 10 minutes. So, very strict rules here at One Champion Cricket Ground. That's a length delivery. It was a slow one into the surface. Dheeraj waits on to that, just punches it with very soft hands into cover point region and through for a single. Both the batters not really playing too many dot deliveries. They are looking for boundaries when the opportunities are presented, but believes in rotating the strike on regular basis. Once again, the field changes for the lefty. Maverick, sweeper cover and long off are the two fielders outside the circle. It's another slow one there. Maverick reads it and plays it with the very soft hand in the point region and through for a single. 10 coming off that over by Rohit Singh. After 4 overs, Tuskers are 39 for the loss of none. Krishna to continue starts off with a low full toss that's been put away with some disdain by Mavericks. Inside out he goes and sends that ball into the stand with ease. That was timed to perfection by Maverick. That was a thigh high full toss, and these are easy pickings for Mavericks, who moves to 19 of just 11 deliveries. Very stylish batter, Maverick puts it away in some style. This time he punches the ball off the back foot, but bowler now have a protection there in the sweeper cover region, so it will only be a single. Cut away straight to the gully fielder who's right at the edge of circle. So singles are on offered inside the circles and both the batters making full use of it. 47 for none in 4.3. Tuskers after opting to bat first. Outside edge. Maverick has been put down. Well, what happened there? That was a length delivery. Maverick going for the expensive cover drive gets an inside edge that should have been taken behind the timber by the wicketkeeper. He puts it down. Maverick gets a lifeline on 21. Inside edge. Ball moves in the square leg region. It's a single. 49 is up for Tuskers. That was short, wide, and beautifully put away by Mavericks. Cuts it off the front foot over the head of gully fielder. Will fetch four for that. An expensive over from Krishna concedes 14. After 5, 53 for none. Tuskers. Rohit to continue. Starts off with a full delivery driven on the up by Dheeraj. It's a single. That's a wide delivery down the leg by Maverick. Score moves to 55 for none. Tuskers 11 winning the toss, opting to bat first. Both the batters started off beautifully. 21 of 18 for Dheeraj, whereas 25 of 14 for Mavericks. What a shot that was! That was full in the arc of Mavericks, and that's just an extension of cover drive, and away she goes, all the way for the six. It was all timing there from Maverick on this occasion, just getting to the pitch of the ball and lifting the ball in the Kavas region and clearing the deep fielder with ease. This is better length from Rohit, dragging his length back, not allowing enough room for Maverick on that occasion, who just tucks the ball on the onside and gets a single. This is what good batters do after getting a boundary. They get themselves off the strike and rotates the strike with a single. That was a slow one there from Rohit. Dheeraj waits on to it beautifully, gets his knee down and pulls it in the mid wicket region, but protection there behind, so it will only be a single. 10 runs already of the over. 1.4 overs, 20 for none so far for Rohit Singh. 63 for none. Tuskers after 5.4 overs. This is the last over of the power play that is in pursuit. Another slow one there. It was too full. That was driven, but straight to the short cover. It's a dot ball. Wonderfully executed. Slow one there. Equally well played by Maverick. This is the excellent skill that Rohit Singh possesses. He's got a very deceptive slow one. This time it was pace on and beautifully driven on the up towards the right of long off fielder, and it's a four. What a shot that was. So easy on eyes, Maverick. As I said, it doesn't look as he's going hard at the ball. It's just timing that takes the ball. 14 coming of that. After 6, Tuskers, 67 for none. Power play done and dusted. First signs of spin. Rishi into the attack starts off with a short ball. It was a genuine drag down which has been pulled away deep into the mid wicket region for a 6 by Dheeraj. What a shot that was! It was a real loosener to start off for Rishi, and he pays a penalty. He's been taken for a 6 by Dheeraj. Error of margin. Very thin when these two are batting. That's another biggie there from Dheeraj. Once again, Rishi short, not learning the lesson from the previous one, staying short, and once again gets hit away for a massive 6. This time, Dheeraj goes in the square leg. This is much better length from Rishi. punched away off the back foot in the cover region for a single. Score moves to 80. 80 for none in just 6.3. Tuskers. That ball skidded through and beats Maverick on the cut. Rishi on that occasion, bowling the delivery wide. Once again, a beautiful delivery from Rishi. Once again, the ball skids through the surface very quickly. It's a dot ball. 13 runs coming off the over so far. 80 for none Tuskers. This time he goes full. It's a leading edge. No one there in the extra cover region. It lands in the no man. It was in the air for a little bit time. Single collected. An expensive over from Rishi. 14 coming off that. After 7. 81 for none Tuskers. Another change into the bowling attack. Rajesh Nayak now introduced. Starts off with a good length delivery. Punched off the back foot by Mavericks but straight to short cover. 11 matches for Rajesh Nayak, 8 wickets, economy 7.56. Best figures of 2 for 28 for Rajesh Nayak. That's much better channel and much better length from Rajesh Nayak, not allowing the batter to free up, just keeping him honest. Maverick just punching that in the long off region for a single, which brings the righty Dheeraj back on strike. Cut away, but straight to the short third. Chance of a run out. Fielder was quick, but Maverick was even quicker. That was a very quick call and a very sharp and quick run there from both the batters. Maverick was off in a flash and in the end makes his ground with ease. Score moves to 83. Good over so far from the bowler. Only concedes couple of runs in his first half. Rajesh Nayak. This time he goes on the stumps for Mavericks. Maverick trying to go straight down the ground but gets an inside edge. Ball moves in the square leg region. He'll fetch two. These are big boundaries. Uh, Batters can get 2 runs every now and then in the outfield if they are quick between the wickets. These two are very quick between the wickets, hence getting that second run with ease. It was a slow one, which is completely miscued by Maverick, but doesn't carry all the way to the wicketkeeper. Catch it was the call from the bowler, but it was so badly timed by Mavericks. Completely turns it. It doesn't even carry to the deep fielder. It lands in no man area. An excellent over in pursuit for the bowling team. 5 runs coming off the over so far. Once again, slow into the surface. Punched off the back foot by Dheeraj in the cover region. and he'll collect single. 6 runs coming off that eighth over by Nayak. Tuskers 87 for none after 8. Rishi to continue. That was on a good length, turning away sharply from the right-hander who just runs that ball with the spin in the third man region and through for the single. Sharp throw there by the short third fielder. Wicketkeeper might have hurt himself in order in the process to stop that ball. Score moves to 88, 38 and 41 respectively for both the batters. This time it was a low full toss and Maverick goes down the town on the side screen and it's a 6. These are easy pickings for Maverick, who moves to 47 of just 26 deliveries. That was a low full toss. Change of an angle for Rishi. Will that work? No, it will not. It's an half volley. Too full. And Mavericks once again hits it straight as an arrow on the side screen. It's a 6. 100 is up for Tuskers in just 8.3. Maverick gets to his half century in some style. 53 of 27 for Mavericks. What a knock this has been. Ever so fluent from Maverick. By the time he was in, he looked fluent. He's hit it all along the park, all ground, all along the park. He's a 360-degree player. Mavericks plays to field. Usually prefers to play in the V. 53 of 27, 4 boundaries and 4 sixes for Mavericks. Strike rate 196. Dheeraj now on the strike. It's a flighted delivery. Dheeraj stepping out, but that was very full from Rishi, not allowing the batter to get any elevation. Dheeraj happy to run that ball in the point region and gives strike back to Maverick. 102 for none in just 8.5. What a partnership this has been. 100 partnership between these two. 39 of 26 the contribution from Dheeraj, whereas 54 of just 28 by Mavericks. Another full delivery, which is crisply hit in the extra cover region for a single. Another expensive one from Rishi as he concedes 16 of the ninth over. After 9, Tuskers are 105 without any loss. In fact, 103, 103 is the score for Tuskers without any loss. Rajesh Nayak to continue. That's a length delivery. Hit on the up towards the left of short cover. And Maverick will collect single. 104 for none. Tuskers. Excellent first over by Rajesh Nayak. That was full, handsomely driven away from the short cover. Nothing much that long off fielder could have done as that ball raced across the surface very quickly. That was a genuine half volley outside of stump, and Dheeraj drives it on the up towards the right of the short cover and beats the long off towards his left and collects four. He moves to 43 of just 27 deliveries. Well, this is much better length from Rajesh Nayak. That ball shaping away after pitching. Dheeraj once again on the drive, gets speed in on the outside edge. This is much better length. Error of margin very thin here to these two batters who are very good in their foot movement. This time the ball has been guided in the third man region. Fielder gives it a chase. In the end, dives, tries to get the ball back in the play, but his effort goes in the vain as the ball reaches the fence. Second boundary of the over for Dheeraj. He moves to 47. He's on the verge of getting a half century. 47 of 29 deliveries for Dheeraj so far. He's been excellent, driven on the up, but that will be straight to the Sipakawa fielder. Call is for two. It will be a close one. We have to wait for the match official signal. That was a very close shout. Wicketkeeper and all the fielders looked very interested in it. That was an excellent throw by the Sipakawa fielder, close to the stumps, low and close to the stumps. Good catch there by wicketkeeper and dislodges the bail in no time. Dheeraj, very quick between the wicket, somehow manages to make his ground. He moves to 49 of just 30 deliveries now. Will he get to his 50 at the very end? As this is the last ball of the 10th over, there will be a change in ends after this over. Last ball of the over. Rajesh Nayak to Dheeraj. Cut away in between point and gully. That ball racing away. Yes, it will go to a fence. Dheeraj will get to his half century in some style. What a shot that was. It was a shot from the bowler and it's been cut away beautifully in between the point and gully. Bisects the field to the perfection. Dheeraj, both the batters now in 50s. 53 of 31 for Dheeraj, whereas 56 of 30 for Mavericks. Tuskers after 10 overs, 118 for the loss of none. This partnership going along beautifully for Tuskers. Well, we are halfway through in the first inning, so players will have drinks. There will be a change in end. We'll be right back after a very short break. Rinku Yadav to continue. Starts off with a full delivery, driven on the up by Maverick, but straight to the extra cover. It's only a single. Fielders inside the circles are right at the edge, so singles are on offered. Inside the power play, both the batters will get singles, even though if they fail to find the gap. Strong offside field for Rinku Yadav. He's got short third, gully, then a deep point, extra cover, short cover, and long off on the offside. It's a full delivery, and still it's a boundary on the offside. What a shot that was from Dheeraj. There was a very little gap between extra cover and deep point, and Dheeraj picks out the gap to perfection. He moves to 57 of just 32 deliveries. Both the matters now on 57. Dheeraj just playing a delivery extra from Maverick, 57 of 32, whereas 57 of 31 from Maverick. Well, this partnership going along nicely. This time hit on the up. There's a chance there in the deep. Rohit Singh, the fielder, was charging in for the catch. It was a tough one, but could have been taken. He got to he got to the ball, got his two hands underneath, but in the end fails to hold on to it. It will only be a single. Maverick looking for the big shot to end it. Ball moves to the point region. It's only a single. 7 runs coming off the over so far. That's a full delivery. In fact, it's a Yorker there from Rinku Yadav. Awkward bounce there, right in front of wicket keeper. Nothing much he could have done. Good backup there by the square leg fielder. It will only be a single. Excellent Yorker there from Rinku Yadav. Dheeraj still managing to squeeze it away in the point region for a single. 8 runs coming off the over so far. 126 for none. Tuskers in 10.5. What a shot that was from Maverick. Rinku was going for the Yorker once again, but Mavericks this time just scoops him in the vacant fine leg region and collects 4. What a shot that was. He moved early. He was low and got underneath that full toss and beautifully scoops it in the fine leg region for a 4. 130 after 11 overs. 130 for none. Tuskers in just 11 overs. That was a slow one there from Rohit Singh. It will be a quick single. Good throw, but both the batters still making the ground. This is excellent running of the highest order. They are easily taking singles inside the circle. Fielders are quick, but batters are even quicker. Rohit Singh with his third over, 2.1, 25 for none for Rohit Singh so far. Starts off with a slow one. He's got a very deceptive slow one. Batters will have to watch out. As I was saying, he's got a very deceptive. He deceives Maverick completely. That ball never arrived. Mavericks were way early into the shot, hence gets beaten. This is excellent from Rohit Singh, varying his pace, not allowing the batters to play at one pace and lining up. This time it was full, driven on the up, but straight to the long off fielder. First one goes down. Mavericks, you're not gonna get a lifeline on this time, my friend. You has to go back, says the bowler. This is excellent from Rohit. It was a slow one previously. This time it was quicker one. Barinder Singh there in the long off region who takes a beauty to dismiss Maverick. That was a good looking shot, but it was hit flat. Elevation not there on that occasion for Mavericks, which brings his downfall. First one down for Tuskers. 131 on the board in just 11.3. What a partnership this has been. Finally broken by Rohit Singh. New batter in is Ravi Karna in at number 3 for Tuskers. 155 matches for Ravi Karna. 3,268 runs, averaging over 25. Strike rate 128.41 for Ravi Karna. Straight away gets off the mark, punches the ball off the back foot in the cover region and gets himself moving straight away. Dheeraj now back on strike. Another slow one into the surface from Rohit. Dheeraj happy to just nudge it on the offside for a single. Batters just seeing through. Rohit Singh was bowling beautifully. Another slow one there. Gets extra bounce from the surface on that occasion. Good carry to the wicketkeeper. It's a dot ball. A successful over for the bowling team. Only 3 runs and a wicket of Mavericks coming off that over after 12. 133 for 1 Tuskers. Rajesh Nayak back into the attack. Starts off with a very full delivery. Dheeraj plays it on the up. It was aerial, but it was safe. He'll fetch single for that, which brings Ravi Karna back on strike. It's a slow one. It's been sliced away. Will that be taken? No, it isn't. It was a difficult chance. Fielder in the extra cover region was moving towards his left. He had to cover good ground. In the end, cannot hold on to that. That would have been an excellent grab if the fielder could have hold on to it, but it goes against him. That ball was traveling. Fielder was running. Momentum of the ball takes it away from the fielder, and it's a boundary. Welcome boundary for Ravi Karna. Rajesh on that occasion going for the wide Yorker and nailing it to the perfection just inside that wide line. Ravi Karna just lets it go through, thinking that it might be given as a wide, but that was inside the line. It's a legal one. This time it's a slow one. Ravi Karna moves away on the offside and just flicks it in the vacant fine leg region and collects four. Easy as you like. But that was very dangerously played, I must say. Ravi Khanna doesn't have an helmet on and he shuffled and flicked it. That's a very risky thing to do without the helmet on. We highly recommend all the players to wear helmet to avoid any sort of injuries. In the meantime, it was a slow one that goes wrong from Rajesh Nayak. It was way outside off stump and it's been given as a white. Score moves to 143. Ravi Karna, 9 of just 5 deliveries. Another slow one that is drilled hard and that goes through the short cover fielder and it's a boundary that should have been stopped. That ball was traveling with some speed. Batter fielder had to get low quickly, but he was late and the ball evades him and goes for a boundary. Welcome boundary for Ravi Karna and Tuskers. Tuskers now raised away to 147. Another slow one, this time guided away straight to the gully fielder. They are not running on that occasion. With that, 13 overs have been completed. Tuskers are 147 for the loss of one. 147 after 13 overs. Excellent slow one from Krishna, who's back into the attack. Dheeraj was early into the shot, somehow controls it and runs it in the point region for a single. 2.1 overs, 24 for none. This time it was full. There in the arc for Ravi Karna. Was looking for the big shot. Only gets an inside edge. Ball back on his pads and it's a single. That was an beauty there from Krishna getting the outside edge. Keeper not moving towards his left quick enough, not quick enough. No movement whatsoever behind the timber by the wicket keeper. Dheeraj just guides it away. That could have been taken from the wicket keeper if he would have dived towards his right, but he doesn't. That goes for a 4. 150 is up. 153 for 1 in 13.3 for Tuskers. Another slow one. This time it's been sliced away. Protection there behind in the gully region, so it will only be a single. That was an attempted slow one by Krishna. Doesn't come off rightly, but still it's only a single. Dheeraj looking to hit hard on that occasion, loses his shape, only manages to slice it. This time Krishna goes pace on into the surface. Ravi Khanna just happy to nudge it off the back foot in the point region and get a single. 9 runs. In fact, 8 runs of the over so far. 155 for 1. Tuskers 11. Winning the toss, opting to bat first. What a knock. What a score they have put up. Cut away, and that will beat the short third towards his left. It's a boundary to close out the over. Once again, an over gets spoiled at the very last ball. Too well coming off that over after 14. 159 for 1. Tuskers. Sliced away, over point. That ball raced away for a boundary. What a shot that was by Ravi Khanna. It was full outside off stump, and he opens the face and slices it over the point region and collects 4. 163 score moves. What a shot that was. Length dragged back by the bowler on that occasion, but still Ravi Karna happy to punch it off the back foot and beat sweeper cover fielder towards his left and fetches 4. Back to back boundaries to start the 15th. Change of angle now for Rajesh. He's coming around the wicket, but that change the result. It's a 6. Couple of boundaries and a change of angle for Rajesh Nayak comes around the wicket. Still balls and half volley outside off stump, and these are easy pickings for Ravi Karna, who takes him inside out over extra cover for a 6. Wind helping that shot, assisting Ravi Karna, taking it further away. That's not an easy shot to execute, but Ravi Karna nails it to perfection. He moves to 29 of just 12 deliveries. Extra fielder now on the offside, and he drifts one on the pads. That's been beautifully paddled fine in the fine leg region for a boundary. At the moment, Ravi Karna is toying with the bowler. He had an extra man on the offside, deep point and extra cover he had. He should have been bowling outside of stump, but instead he goes at the stump, which is being beautifully paddled fine. Down on one knee goes Ravi Karna and paddles it fine in the vacant fine leg region and will fetch 4. 18 runs coming off the 4 deliveries. 4, 4, 6 and a 4 for Ravi Karna. Score moves to 177 for Tuskers in just 14.4 overs. Sliced away and away she goes for a 4. That was very close, but fortunate for the batter that it flies over the head of the infield and goes for a 4. Fortune favoring the brave. Ravi Karnat looking to go big straight down the ground. Gets an outside edge and the ball still flies over the head of short third. Ball flying all over the ground. This time it's in this slot and out of the park it goes. 4, 4, 6, 4, 4 and a 6. 2 and 28 coming off the 15th over by Rajesh Nayak. 187 for 1. Rinku Yadav to bowl out. Starts off with a full delivery. That was a Yorker. Dheeraj trying to play a scoop shot. No one there behind square. It would have been a boundary if he would have got a bat to it, but that was a Yorker executed rightly by Rinku Yadav. It's a dot one to start off. Another full toss way outside off stump. It's been given as a wide by the match official. Score moves to 188. Rinku Yadav looking for the Yorker, ends up bowling and half volley to Dheeraj, who hits the gap in the extra cover region and 4. It's a 4 for Dheeraj. He moves to 76 of 43 deliveries. He was quiet and off the strike for a while. He gets the strike and gets a boundary. Last 4 over in pursue. This time Dheeraj looking for the big shot and he holds out in the long on region. That was way full. No elevation whatsoever for Dheeraj and he holds out in the long on region. Second one goes down. It's the same fielder, Barinder Preet Singh, who takes the second catch of the day to dismiss Dheeraj. Dheeraj looked good for his 76, but looking for the big shot, sacrifices wicket in the team cause. Second one bites the dust for Tuskers in the 16th over. Rinku Yadav strikes for the first time in the match. 3.3 overs, 37 for 1 for Rinku Yadav. New batter in is Arvind Reddy. He's in at number 4 for Tuskers 11. Another lefty who is in at number 4. Arvind Reddy. 501 matches for Arvind. 10,445 runs at the average of 28.31. Strike rate even better, 144.23 for Arvind Reddy. That was full, driven beautifully on the up, straight as an arrow, equally well fielded by Rinku Yadav in his follow through. It's a dot ball. 192 for 2 after 15.4. Will there be a retrieve? No, it will not, as that ball has been clipped away for a 6 in the mid wicket region. What a shot that was! Once again, Rinku Yadav looking for the Yorker, misses his mark by a very thin margin, and Arvind Reddy gets off the mark in some style, flicks it away in the mid wicket region for a 6. That was just clipped for 6. Timing was the key on that occasion. Rinku staying with the Yorker, and this time he nails one that's been kept away beautifully by Arvind Yadav for a single. 12 runs coming off the 16th over. 199 for 2 Tuskers after 12. In fact, after 16. Rohit will now bowl out. 3 overs, 27 for none. 27 for 1 for Rohit. Starts off with a down the leg wide delivery. Rohit has been the most economical bowler so far for Codearth. It's a low full toss that's been completely miscued by Arvind Reddy. Ball hitting right at the toe of the bat. Ball doesn't even carry to the deep fielder. It's only a single. Arvind Reddy looking for the big shot. It was there to be taken, but he misses. 200 is up for Tuskers. 201 in just 16.1. They'll be batting 19 overs. So these are last 3 overs for them to bat on. Rohit Singh this time goes in the surface. That was a quick single there. Good response from the non-striker Arvind Reddy, and both the batters making the ground with ease. Score moves to 202 for the loss of 2. Dangerous Ravi Karna back on strike. 44 of just 16 deliveries for Ravi Karna so far. 7 boundaries and 2 massive sixes for Ravi Karna. Strike rate 275. What more can you ask from your number 3? Rohit Singh going full on that occasion. Ravi Khanna doesn't get the elevation, hits it flat, hits it hard, straight to the long on fielder who collects the ball on a bounce. Excellent over so far, concedes only 4 of first 3. Slow one, and Ravi Karna going for the big shot and doesn't time it and holds out in the long off region. Third one goes down for Tuskers. Ravi Karna was looking good, but he has to go back. 45 of just 18 deliveries. He's played his part. Tuskers, 3 down in 16.4 overs. New man in is Kiran Chaudhary. He's in at number 5 for Tuskers. Stayed away. Starts off with a boundary. It was an attempted Yorker by Rohit Singh. It was an easy putting. Easy one for Kiran Chaudhary. Gets a low full toss first up and drives it on the up and beats sweeper cover towards his right and collects 4. Strike rate 400 for Kiran Chaudhary. He's a wicket keeper batter. Well, that was wrapped on the pads. Huge appeal for the leg before, but denied by the match official. That ball was clearly drifting down the leg. Leg by signal. Score moves to 208 after 17 overs. What a fielding that was from the bowler on his own bowling. That was a Yorker. Kiran Chaudhary just hitting it straight back to the bowler in his follow through and running through for a single. Arvind was keen to get on the strike. In the process, he has to lose his wicket. Fourth one goes down for Tuskers. Last man to be dismissed was dangerous Arvind Reddy. Another lefty makes his way out to the center. It's Uday Kumar, G. Uday Kumar in at number 6 for Tuskers. 254 matches for Uday Kumar. 2291 runs at the average of 18.18. Strike rate very healthy, 131.67 for Uday Kumar. He'll be facing Krishna, who is yet to get off the mark in the wicket column. 3.1 overs, 35 for none for Krishna so far. That's a good delivery. Uday just working it on the offside for a single. 209 for 4 Tuskers. Good little comeback from Codearth bowlers. Last couple overs has been good one for them. They have got couple of wickets and they have put brakes on the scoring rate at some extent. Kiran Chaudhary drives on the up. He goes aerial, but straight to the deep fielder who collects the ball on couple of bounces. It will only be a single. That was a good looking shot from Kiran. Well. Uday Kumar looking for the big shot. That was a length delivery into the surface, kept low. It was hard for the wicketkeeper to take that one as that ball reaches on a bounce to him. Wicketkeeper does well, but it will still be a single. Score moves to 211 for 4 in 17.4 overs. Final 8 deliveries remaining in this innings. 211 for 4. Tuskers while batting first. Kiran Chaudhary looking for the big shot and misses the straight delivery, and you miss, I hit, says Krishna. Middle stump uprooted. What a ball that was. That's an excellent side for the fast bowler. He's pumped, Krishna. Kiran Chaudhary's brief stay at the crease comes to an end as he departs. Tuskers 211 for 5. New batter in is Durga in at number 7 for Tuskers. He's a six hitter, Durga. 133 matches, 1396 runs, averaging over 14. Strike rate 77. He'll look to go big from here on. Every batter will swing wildly from here on as they have 5 wickets in hand and only 7 balls to bat. That was an excellent Yorker, beautifully executed by Krishna. Nothing much the batter could have done on that occasion. 4 runs and couple of wickets of that over. Excellent one from Krishna to close out his spell. After 18, Tuskers 212 for 5. A very late introduction in the bowling attack. Mohan Maheshwari now into the attack with his left arm pace. 408 matches, 80 wickets. Economy 8.93. Best figures of 4 for 4. Maheshwari will bowl the final over of the innings. That was full, clipped away on the mid wicket. That's a boundary. Much needed one for Tuskers. Score moves to 216 for 5. Sliced away, point fielder settling underneath and he takes it. Uday Kumar looking for another biggie, holds out in the point, looking to hit it on the onside. Bat turning is in his hands and he holds out in the point region. Safe catch there by the fielder. Sixth one bites the dust for Tuskers in the final over of the match. In fact, of the innings. Rinku Yadav, the fielder there inside the circle, who collects the catch. Sixth one goes down for Tuskers in the very last over. 18.2 overs done. 216 for 6 Tuskers. Last 4 balls remaining in this innings. Their innings have been reduced to 19 overs as they came late. Tuskers, new batter in is Yadul in at number 8 for Tuskers. Straight away gets off the mark, hits it in the extra cover region and gets himself off the mark. 201 matches for Yadul, 1434 runs, averaging over 14. Strike rate just over 129 for Yadul. Sliced away, but this will go over the infield and into the boundary skirtings. Win on that occasion, taking that ball to the boundary. It was the righty who slices it on that occasion and will fetch 4. Durga gets off the mark with a boundary. Score moves to 221 now. 9 runs coming off the over so far. It's a tough, it's a tough ask for Mohan Maheshwari to straight away come and ball the final over of the match, but he's done well. He's only conceded 9 so far of the 4 deliveries. Will he able to close out? This time he was trying to cramp the batter for room, trying to stay stump to stump. In the process, drifts one down. It's a wide. Score moves to 222 now. Quicker one outside off stump and once again given wide by the match official. 11 runs now of the over. 2 deliveries yet to be bowled. Well. That ball Once again, Mohan looking to stay away from the hitting arc of Durga. In the process, balls a third wide in a row, targeting that wide trampoline on the off stump. Mohan, this time he gets it just inside that wide line. Durga trying to go hard, but completely miscues, toe ends it. Straight to the short cover fielder, but both the batters are through for a single. 225 is up for Tuskers, 225 for 6. Last ball of the innings coming up. That's a length delivery. Hit away on the mid wicket region. Two is the call. They will come for the second run with ease. Well, that's been given as a no ball by the match official. No ball for overstepping on this occasion. Mohan Maheshwari is struggling to get out of the over here. He's already conceded 16. He's balled 3 wides. Now a no ball. Free hit coming up. Free hit will be the last ball of the innings. Most probably, I must say. Well. He goes full. Just inside the wide line on the off stump. Two is the call. That's been sliced away to sweep a cover. And that will be a run out on the free hit. Both the batters looking for the second run. In the end, sacrifices their wicket on the team cause. So 19 overs have been completed. Tuskers, after winning the toss, opting to bat first, have posted 229 on the board. 230 will be the target for Tuskers when 230 will be the target for Codearth when they come out to bat. We'll be right back after a very short innings break. Chase coming your way. We are back with the chase. Codearth chasing a massive total of 230. They are two down in the very first over. What a bowling this has been from Ashvik. Single, then a boundary. Then straight away, a couple of wickets for Ashvik. 5 for 2, Codearth while chasing 230. New batter in is Mohan Maheshwari. Is in at number 4. Is in way early than he might have thought. 408 matches for Mohan. 7,784 wickets. In fact, 7,784 runs for Mohan Maheshwari, averaging 23.45. Strike rate 133 for Mohan, marking his guard. Ashvik in and at Mohan. Well, that balls go straight with the arm, but safely negotiated by Mohan. It was a hat trick ball that safely negotiated by Mohan Maheshwari. 5 for 2 inside the very first over. What a start this has been for Ashvik and Tuskers. Two slips in play for Ashvik. Slight delay in proceedings as the wicketkeeper Kiran Chaudhary is struggling with his helmet. Zishan clean bowled by Ashvik first wicket. He goes for naught. Then Barinder Preet. He was cleaned up by Ashvik too. Back to back wickets for Ashvik in that. Both coming in form of bowled. Punched off the back foot to get off the mark. 6 runs and a couple of wickets. A successful one from Ashvik after one. Codearth are 6 for 2. Rafi to share the new ball with Ashvik. 340 matches for Rafi. 224 wickets. Economy 8.49. Best figures of 5 for 21. He's a medium pacer. Rafi balls in with a very short run up. Will be bowling at Mohan Maheshwari, who's one of two deliveries. Coder 6 for 2 in the very first over. Not an ideal start while chasing 230. That ball kept low and skidded through the surface. He's a very slippery customer, Rafi. He'll get the ball to skid through every now and then. Usually the ball keeps low when Rafi is bowling. Rafi operating with a slip. Once again, the ball keeps very low. It's tough for wicketkeeper to collect such deliveries. That's been given as a bye. Single. Coming off that ball. Kiran Chaudhary behind the timber, just getting his glove on the way. It's a dot ball. This time punched off the back foot, beats mid on. In fact, mid off towards his right, and it's a boundary. First one for the Codearth, and a much needed one coming off the blade of Manish Patak with the boundary. Rocks on the back foot and punches it straight and beats mid off. Now mid off, push back after that shot. Once again, a similar kind of shot, but bowler now has a protection in the deep, so it will only be a single. Score moves to 12. This time, batter moving towards his off stump and working the ball on the leg side for a single. Manish Pathak, 6 of just 3 deliveries, whereas 2 of 5 deliveries for Mohan Maheshwari. 13 for 2 after 1.5 overs. Last ball of the over. That's a full hit on the up, straight as an arrow. Will it be cut off by long off? No, it won't. In the end, it was too much. That needs to be done by the fielder in the deep. He fails. A good over for the batting team as they get 11 of the second over by Rafi. 17 for 2 after 2. Codearth while chasing 230. Ashvik to continue. Starts off with a bye. Kiran Chaudhary behind the timber. Clearly struggling with the gloves on. This is excellent from Ashvik. He's bowling slow through the air. He's got a very good arm ball which skids through the surface very quickly. He's setting up the batter for the quicker one. There's the quicker one. This time safely negotiated and guided in the gully region by Maheshwari. Score moves to 20. 3 singles coming off this over so far. Ashvik has bowled beautifully. He's got the turn. This time it was an half tracker, Ray Loosener, and thank you very much, says Manish Pathak, and hits him out of the park in the long on region for 6 for Codearth, coming off the blade of Manish Pathak. That was hit well by Manish Pathak. It was actually nailed, I must say. That was a really poor delivery from Ashvik. Rarity. This time he lows over long off and clears the fielder in the deep. Well, well. There was nothing wrong with the delivery. It was a good one. But Mahenish Pathak, he's got a good reach. Reaches the ball and lifts it in the long off region for a 6. That was just an extension of cover drive, I must say. Back to back 6, then a dot to close out the over. A good one for the batting team as they get 15 of that after 3:32 for 2. Codearth. Rafi to continue. 1 over 10 for none for Rafi. He's got a very slingy arm action. Usually gets the ball to skid through the surface and the ball keeps low. Starts off with a length delivery. Hint of shape away for Rafi on that occasion. Beats Mohan on the outside edge. It's a dot ball to start off. Another similar kind of delivery, ball keeping low. Mohan Maheshwari not happy with the bounce. The trophy is getting out of the surface. It's really difficult to play such deliveries. This time, ball bounces but doesn't bounce as much as it should have. Once again, goes away for the right hander after pitching. Good take there by the wicket keeper behind the timber. Kiran Chaudhary there. That's the third dot in a row. Rafi is working good pace here. Mohan once again just not getting his foot moved, just throwing his bat, and no foot movement whatsoever for Mohan. Hence gets speed in for the fourth time on the trot. Short cover fielder now moved right at the edge after four dots in a row. This time on the pads, beautifully clipped away from the square leg fielder. It's a boundary. Much needed one for Mohan Maheshwari and Codearth. This was poor from Rafi. He was bowling well outside off stump. Drifts one on the pads of Mohan Maheshwari. No one there behind square, so those are easy pickings for the batter. It's bread and butter for Mohan Maheshwari, who moves to 7 of 12. Once again, trying to go inside out. Ball keeps low and keeper does the rest. It's a dot ball to close out the over. Four coming of the fourth over by Mohan Maheshwari. 36 for 2, Codearth after 4. Change in the bowling attack. Harsha now introduced another left arm orthodox. Well, that went straight through the defense. Fortunate for the batter that is still out in the center. That was very close to the off stump. This is good from Harsha. Maheshwari on the strike on that occasion. That was full. He was looking to launch, but this time the ball sliding up with the arm clipped away in the square leg region straight to the fielder. It will only be a single. Flighted delivery. Spinning away after pitching. Manish Padak plays it off the back foot, punches in the cover point region for a single. Tuskers are mixing it up beautifully. They have applied fielders right in the right positions. Short cover, very inside, slip, very attacking. Remaining three fielders on the off stump. Cover point, point, and gully are right at the edge. So they are mixing it up beautifully. Now mid on drops back to long on, and mid wicket comes in for Manish Padak, who likes to hit straight. That ball keeps low. Manish Padak looking for the big shot, gets beaten. Another good over for the bowling team as 4 coming off the fifth over. 40 for 2 after 5. Codearth. Rafi to continue. Starts off with a similar kind of length. On the length. Skidding through. Ball keeps low. Mohan Maheshwari clearly struggling against Rafi. Mohan looking for the big shot, trying to go inside out against Rafi. And once again, he makes no contact with the ball. Rafi is getting some shape away for the right hander. And at the same time, ball skidding through and keeping low. Change in a field. Sweeper cover now drops back. This time, change of tactics for Mohan. Instead of playing it on the offside, he plays against the angle and works it away on the mid wicket for a single. Punched off the back foot. Work to be done in the sweeper cover region. Fielder there overran the ball. In the end, has to turn away, and the ball was quick. Once you do such kind of misfield, misjudgment, you're hard to cover it up, back it up. It's a boundary, much needed one for the Codearth. Manish Patak moving along nicely, 29 of just 12 deliveries. He's looked fluent up until now. Once again, purchase of the back foot. This time, straight to the long off fielder who collects the ball on a bounce. That was a very good looking shot, very well struck shot, but only for a single. 6 coming off the over. Sweeper cover fielder now gets replaced by the point fielder. Rafi goes very full, right in the block hole. Mohan Maheshwari keeps it out, runs it in the third man region. Single to close out the over. 7 coming off it. After 6 overs, 47 for 2. Code Earth. Harsha to continue. 1 over 4 for none for Harsha into his second over. Starts off with a flighted delivery. What a feeling that was from the short cover fielder. He was charging in, gets to the ball very quickly and releases it even quicker. And a wicket goes down. That too off a run out. Mohan trying to get the strike back to Manish. In process, he loses his wicket. Arvind, the man there, Arvind Reddy, in the short cover region, does exceedingly well. Moves very quickly towards his right, collects the ball cleanly, and he had an only stump to shy at, and he does that to perfection. Hits the target and sees the back of Mohan Maheshwari. 47 for 3 after 6.1. Codearth. Harsha on this occasion cleans up the batter. This time the ball goes with the arm and that goes through the defense of Rohit, who was defending it on the front foot, playing for the spin, but that ball going straight with the arm. Harsha strikes at the very first ball of his third over. 61 for 4 now. Codearth. Arun Kaushik is the new man in at number 6 for Codearth. 100 matches for Kaushik. 1676 runs at the average of 19.26. Strike rate 122.87 for Arun Kaushik. Straight away gets off the mark. Works the ball on the onside and gets off the mark and brings Manish Pathak, who's running out of partners. He's lost fourth partner now on the trot. Sharp turn there for Harsha on that occasion. It was a flighted delivery, spinned away. Manish Pathak playing with the spin in the sweeper cover region for a single to close out the over. A successful one from Harsha. 4 runs and a wicket coming off that over. After 9, 63 for 4. Codearth. Arvind Reddy to continue with his second over. 1 over 8 for none. More left arms. In fact, it's a right arm spinner. Arvind punched off the back foot, but straight to the point fielder. That ball not carrying to the point fielder. He does well. It's only a single. Wicketkeeper and slip fielder not happy with the effort. They wanted the fielder to go for the catch, but it was not there as that ball was traveling very flat. Once again, the ball skids through for Arvind Reddy. Arun Kaushik staying on the back foot, trying to cut, gets beaten. He's a very slippery customer. Arvind will get the ball to skid through. Out of nowhere, it's a big shot from Arun Kaushik. It's against the run of play. Arvind Reddy flighting the ball on that occasion, inviting the batter for the big shot, and Arun Kaushik up to the task on this occasion. Slog sweep him, slog sweeps him all the way in the mid wicket region for a six. That's a much needed one for Codearth as their score moves to 70. 70 for 4 after 9.3. That was a wide delivery from Arvind Reddy. Idea was right. Ball it slow away from the hitting arc. Try to tempt the batter to go at him. Trying to throw the ball wide. That's usually what Yuzi Chahal does. Arvind this time drags his length back and balls it flat. That's been punched hard off the back foot by Arun Kaushik in the mid wicket region for a single. Another quicker one, flashed hard. That ball went very quickly to the gully fielder. Put the batters through for a single. That was a pace on delivery, real pace delivery from Arvind Reddy. Last ball of the 10th over. Arvind Reddy to Arjun. That hit straight back to the bowler. It's a dot ball to close out. A good over for batting team. 10 runs coming off that. We are halfway in the run chase as we have completed the 10th over. After 10 overs, Codearth are 73 for the loss of 4 wickets. They need another 157 runs in remaining 10 overs at the required rate of 15.5. Players will have drinks. We'll be right back after a very short break and there will be a change in ends. Maverick now into the attack with his right arm off break. Starts off with a good one, turned sharply for him. Came in for the right hander who just tucks it on the onside and threw for a single. Right arm off break bowler Maverick. 1058, in fact 158 matches for Maverick. 137 wickets. Economy 6.4. Best figures of 5 for 20 for Maverick. That was a short one. Pulled away by the batter. They will be looking for the second. Throw is good, but not good enough. Aaron is safely home. Batters collect 2 on that occasion. Score moves to 76. This time the ball goes with the arm. Arun Kaushik. trying to cut that one, but gets beaten on a bounce. This time punched off the back foot. Good work there by the extra cover fielder. So it will only be a single for coming of first four deliveries. This is good from Tuskers. The bowling spinners in tandem and not allowing the batters to score freely. Punched hard, punched off the back foot by Manish Patak, but straight to the deep fielder in the long on region. So it will only be a single. Boundaries dried up in last couple of overs for Codearth. Batter advancing, trying to get to the pitch of the ball. And Maverick, he's a very smart operator, drags the ball. And the ball going away with the arm for the right hander who gets beaten. And Kiran Chaudhary behind the timber does the rest. Fifth one bites the dust. Another man in goes out for Codearth as half of the team now back in the sheds for Codearth. 78 for 5. Harsha to bowl out. 3 overs, 12 for 1 for Harsha so far. New batter in is Ishwar. He's in at number 7. That was a flighted delivery taken on the full by the batter, driven down the ground for a single by Manish Patak. Ishwar now on the strike for the first time. He's a right hand batter, Ishwar. 22 matches, 251 runs, averaging over 17. Strike rate 117 for Ishwar. Starts off with a dot ball. Short and going with the arm. Batter gets completely beaten. What a shot that was from Ishwar to get himself off the mark. Hit away in the cover region and beats the sweeper cover towards his right and collect 4. Score moves to 83. 83 for 5 in 11.4 overs. 147 still needed in 50 balls. This time batter just nudges it in the gully region for a single. Score moves to 84. Last ball of the Harsha spell. Flighted delivery, inviting the batter for the big shot and getting the wicket of the main batter. Manish Patak finally holds out. Durga, the fielder there in the deep, makes no mistake. Manish Patak's resilience at the wicket comes to an end. That was a tossed up delivery from Harsha inviting the batter. Pace was not there. Manish trying to go for the big one, holds out in the long off region. Durga in the deep makes no mistake. Sixth one bites the dust for Codearth. Manish Patak played well, but now is back in the sheds. 84 for 6. Maverick to continue. 1 over 5 for 1 for Maverick. New batter in is Rinku Yadav. In at number 9. Well, that was a sharp turner from Maverick. Batter there completely gets done through. Fit going nowhere for Ishwar on that occasion. Hence gets beaten. That ball just going over the stumps. This time on the pads. But that ball was always going down the leg. It's another dot. Second dot in a row. New batter in is Rinku Yadav. Right hand batter. 221 matches for him. 1652 runs. Averaging just under 20. Strike rate 121 for him. Ashvik to continue. That's in the air. Ishwar looking for the big shot. Gets the elevation. Doesn't get the distance. Holds out in the long off region. Another one bites the dust. That ball was hit well, but Ishwar only managing the elevation. Doesn't get the distance as that ball was flighted up, floated up by Ashvik. He gets his man. Ishwar departs. New batter in is Rajesh Nayak in at number 9 for Codearth. Defense one off the front foot. It's a dot ball to start off. 12 matches for Rajesh, 45 runs, averaging 11.25. Strike rate exactly 100 for him. That's a tossed up delivery, flighted up, inviting the batter for the big shot once again. Ashwik, but batter just happy to defend it off the front foot and rotate the strike. Another slow one, this time hit away in the mid wicket region. Protection there in the deep. Will they look for the second one? No, they are settling in for a single. Excellent spell of bowling by Ashwik. 2.5 overs, 18 for 3. Another flighted delivery. Rajesh Nayak just playing it with the very soft hand in the cover region and running through for a single. 3 runs and a wicket coming off the 14th over by Ashwik. After 14, 95 for 7. Codearth. They need another 135 in 36 balls at the required rate of 22.5. Match slowly but getting out of grasp for Codearth. Maverick to continue. 2 overs, 13 for 1 for Maverick. Starts off with a good length delivery that beats the batter on the cut. That ball skidding through after pitching. That was a quicker one there from Mavericks. Clearly, Rajesh late on the shot. This is excellent variation from Maverick. This time it's a flighted delivery by Mavericks, which has been swept in the square leg region for a single by Rajesh, which brings Rinku Yadav back on strike, who's on 6 of 3 deliveries, whereas Rajesh is on 3 of 6 deliveries. This is very good from the bowling team. Tuskers, they are mixing up things beautifully. They're not allowing the batters to score freely. At the same time, getting the wickets. It's a quicker one from Mavericks. Skids through the surface. Rinku Yadav on the cut gets beaten as the ball keeps low. Good carry there for the wicketkeeper. This time it's a flighted delivery. Slight misfield there in the point region, so it will be an easy single. That should have been a dot one. Poor effort. They're inside the circle in the point region, so it's an easy single in the end for Codearth. 97 for 7. Flighted delivery, it's in the air, will not carry to the deep square leg, who collects the ball on a bounce, and it's a single to close out. Only 3 conceded of the 15th by Maverick. 98 for 7 after 15. Codearth. Ashwik to bowl out. 3 overs 19 for 3. Starts off with a flighted delivery. Batter just playing that with a very soft hands in the cover region for a single. Both the batters not looking to take any sort of risk against Ashwik. Ashwin once again bowling very slow through the air. Well, huge appeal, but denied by the match official. That was a flighted delivery, real flighted delivery from Ashwik. Rajesh looking for the scoop shot but missing the ball altogether. Ball moves in the fine leg region. Wicketkeeper does well while chasing the ball. It's only a single, that to a leg by. This time it's an arm ball, very close to the off stump. Rinku on the cut gets beaten. That was very close to the off stump. This is good bowling from Ashwik. Rinku Yadav knocking the ball on the onside for a single. Four runs coming off the over. That was a short one and a quicker one from Ashwik. Ball racing away in the fine leg. No, well, it will stop in the outfield. Fielder from the short third region will cut it off. Couple of runs. Leg by signal by the umpire. 6 runs coming off that over. After 16. Codearth are 104 for the loss of 7 wickets. Another introduction in the bowling attack. Harsha now given a go by his captain. He's a left arm pacer. Starts off with a low full toss. Hit away. Hit away on the onside for a single. 3 matches for Harsha. 0 wickets. Economy 5 for Harsha. He's yet to get a wicket in his career of cricket heroes. That was a full delivery. Played away on the onside for a single once again. But he prefers mid wicket. This time the batter goes in the extra cover region and gets holds out right at the edge. That was a low full toss, and the batter to ends it straight to the extra cover fielder who collects it right at the edge of the circle. Eighth one down now for Codearth. Ashvik there in the cover region right at the edge takes a catch and eighth one bites the dust. 106 for 8. Codearth. New man in is V Krishna in at number 9 for Krishna. Straight away, Krishna drives it all along the carpet and gets himself off the mark. In at number 10, Krishna, 113 matches, 483 runs, averaging over 11. Strike rate just under 100, 98.17 for Krishna. Wrapped on the pad, but not out says the match official as that ball was drifting down the leg. That's a good Yorker there from Harsha to close out the over. 3 runs and a wicket coming off that over after 17 overs. 107 for 8. Codearth. Another introduction in the bowling attack. Durga now has given a go by the captain of Tuskers. He starts off with a dot delivery. Another short one. Batter trying to pull that one, get speed in. That was a loose ball, but fortunate for the bowler that he gets it away with it. 133 matches for Durga, 19 wickets, economy 7.75, best figures of 247. He's a part timer. Durga now gets punched away in the onside for a single. 2 dots and a single in this over so far. Another short one dragged down. Batter just happy to nudge it in the mid wicket region and through for a single. 2 dot and a single wide of this over so far. That's in the air but will not carry to the deep fielder. It will only be a single. 110 is up for Codearth in 17.5. That was a beautifully bowled flighted delivery from Durga, inviting the batter for the big shot, trying to entice them for the big shot. That's in the air. Once again, doesn't carry to the fielder. Inside the circle this time. It will be a single to close out the over. 4 singles coming off the 18th over by Durga. After 18, triple one for 8. Codearth. Harsha to continue. Starts off with a short ball which has been punched down the ground by the batter. This time it was drifted down the leg. So it will be an easy wide. Wide plus 4. 5 extras for Codearth as their score moves to 119 for the loss of 8 wickets. They need another 111 in just 11 deliveries. Match clearly in favor of Tuskers. These are just the formalities that needs to be completed. Hit away on the up straight down the ground. That's only a single. Another wide ball from Harsha. This time they have the fielder in the fine leg inside the circle, so it will be only one wide plus one, two extras for the batting team. Score moves to 122. Harsha has been completely wavered in this over so far. Completely off target, Harsha. That's a flighted delivery. Hit hard on the up. Looking for the single, and they will complete the single with ease. 123 for 8 after 18.3 overs. That's hit hard but straight to the short cover fielder. It will be a dot one. This time played in the covers. In fact, played in the fine leg region. Batter will come back for the second run. This is good bit of cricket. Poor bowling this from the bowler. After 19 overs, Codearth are 126 for the loss of 8 wickets. Final over of the match coming your way. Arvind ready to bowl the final over. That's a flighted delivery, completely deceiving the right-hander on the drive. That ball spinned away sharply after pitching for Arvind Reddy. Beats Rajesh on the drive. That's in the air, but away from the cover fielder. That will be a couple of runs for Rajesh Nayak. Trying to play on the onside, getting the leading edge. Fortunate for the batter that it lands in the no man area. Score moves to 129. Final three deliveries remaining in this match. That's a boundary. Good shot this from Rajesh. Score moves to 133. Rajesh moves on to 19 of 21 deliveries, whereas V Krishna stays on 9 of 6 of 9 deliveries. Batters They could not do much here. It's in the air. Will it be taken in the follow through? Yes, it is. Arjun Reddy strikes at the fifth ball of the over. It's a cotton ball. Rajesh looking for the big shot. This time gets a leading edge and safely paused by the bowler himself in his follow through. Ninth one bites the dust for Codearth in the very final over. Last man standing in is Rishi. He'll be on the strike. 97 needed of last delivery. This will be the thumping victory for Tuskers 11 over Codearth. Was that a run out? Yes, it is. Rishi getting run out at the very last ball of the match. Excellent fielding in the point region. Yadav there. In fact, it's Yadul there at the point. Does well, gets the ball quickly to the wicketkeeper who does the rest. Codearth got bundled out for just 133 while chasing 230. 96 will be the margin of victory for Tuskers 11. This is thumping victory for Tuskers over Codearth. Match summary: Tuskers, after winning the toss, opting to bat first, posting 229 for the loss of 7 on the board. In reply, Codearth got bundled out for 133. Player of the match will be Maverick for his all-round performance for 62 of just 35 with the bat in hand, then backing up with excellent spell of bowling. 3 over 16 for 1 for Maverick. That makes him the man of the match. That's it from the coin box. We'll be right back with the second match.